Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. My name is Yavin and I'm the administrator of the Sims community website, and in this video I'm going to be going over all of the different spells and potions that you can unlock in the Sims 4 Realm of Magic game pack. Now before I dig deeper into each spell and each potion and what they do in the game, I want to first explain how you can actually access the Spellcaster book and access all of the different spells and potions. So there are two ways that you can access this brand new book user interface. The first way is by going into the magic section after selecting your sim and selecting open spellbook, and the second way is by going to the spellcaster perks menu over here and selecting the open spellbook option. Now as you can see in the user interface, there are 4 different schools of magic that your sims can take, practice and unlock different spells and potions. So the 3 ones over here are practical, mischief and untamed magic, and each one brings a new spell that you can unlock, and alchemy as the 4th school of magic, which is used to track the progress of all of the different potions. Now as you scroll through the entire book, you can see the full overview of all of the potions that your sim has unlocked, and you will be unlocking the full description and the icon of that certain spell after you unlock it, so you can know certainly what that spell does in the game. Now over here you have a full overview of the alchemy and all of the potions and the required ingredients, as well as what each potion does. Now let's jump into the game and start with the first spell. I'm going to be mentioning for each spell which spellcaster rank is required in order to unlock it. So let's begin with Pareo. The Pareo spell is used to repair objects, so fix a broken object or make crafted objects a higher quality item, and the apprentice spellcaster rank is required in order to unlock it. So you can see over here that there's been a little bit of a mess in my house. That's because of the early access live stream I did a couple of days ago. So first, let's break an object using MC Commander cheats. So break object, and to fix it I can just use the magic category over here, spells, and the Pareo spell, and just like that my sim will be able to fix this broken stuff that I've broken using a mod. And just like that, it has been repaired. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, you can also use it to level up the quality of the items that you have crafted, such as, for example, the items from the woodworking table. Now, the second spell is also kind of used to clean up and fix up items, and it's called the Crowborough Spell. It says, make something or someone squeaky clean. The Spellcaster Apprentice rank is required in order to unlock this spell, and you can use it on sims as well as on objects too. Now if I want to clean up the ground, let's see if we can clean up the ground actually. So yeah, we can clean up the ground by using the Crowborough spell that has been messed up after a recent fire that I've caused in the game. So let's see if it works on the ground and how much is it gonna clean up. Okay, so a huge portion of the ground has been cleaned up thanks to this spell. You can also use it to clean up other sims and level up their hygiene need, and you can also use it on yourself if you want to maximize the hygiene need with a stamp of your sim's fingers. Now the next spell is for those hungry sims that don't have any time to cook something up, and it's called Delicioso. So the description says, create a tasty meal out of thin air, and the Acolyte spellcaster rank is required in order to unlock it. Now it's very easy to play with it. All you have to do is just click on the ground, select magic, spells, and Delicioso or Grand Delicioso. So the Delicioso spell is gonna spawn a small serving that your sims can use to eat, but the Grand Delicioso spell is gonna create a huge serving for multiple sims to eat. So let's use a Grand Delicioso and see which recipe is gonna be spawned on the ground. Okay, and it seems that we have gotten the pasta primavera, which has an excellent quality, and there are 8 servings for your sims to choose and eat, which is actually a huge portion. I think that this is a party serving and not a family serving, which is very useful. But be aware that these spells, including the Grand Delicioso and some of the higher level spells, are gonna level up your sims spellcaster charge much quickly, so make sure you keep track of of that every time you use a spell, because you never know when your sims could die of the Spellcaster overcharge. The next spell is called Floral, and with this spell you are able to keep your plants healthy and bug free. So first let's buy some seeds over here so we can see this spell in action. Open up the seed packet over here. Okay, and let's plant the sage and parsley in this planter box. So okay, let's plant 2 of these and see this spell in action. I am able to use this spell almost immediately after I have planted up the plant. You can of course use this spell if your plant has been fully grown. It doesn't matter, the growth state doesn't matter. What matters is the ability to keep your plant well fed. So over here you can see that the spell Floral is available for us. Damn, that spell is really hard to pronounce. And after you use that spell on a certain plant, that plant is gonna be watered down. It's gonna be rid of all of the bugs that may infect that certain plant. So it's very useful for all of the gardeners out there. So the next spell that I'm gonna be going over is called Copypasta. It's a very powerful spell, but it doesn't work for some of the objects. So in the description it says turn one small object into many, and the Addapt Spellcaster rank is required in order to unlock it and in order to have that spell successfully performed. Now I can use that spell if I want to copy paste this dish, for example, that we have used from the Delicioso spell, but this spell can also be used for certain plants and for certain potions over here as well. So if I want to copy paste the potion of forced friendship, I can certainly do so by choosing the Copypasta spell. You can also see, because my spellcaster charge is somewhere in between or leveled up over here, the spell is gonna have a higher effect. Now I have crafted 2 additional recipes over here instead of just 1 because of the spellcaster charge state that my sim is in. Now let's see if this is gonna work for the potion of forced friendship or not. Okay, it has certainly worked, and the potion has been successfully copied and pasted. Now you can use this to earn money very easily. So it's some sort of a shortcut for your sims to gain simoleons quickly. Now let's get rid of that spellcaster charge quickly by just altering my sim's needs, and with it I'm able to just lower down the spellcaster charge to its minimum. The next spell is so powerful that it requires the master spellcaster rank, and it's called Herbio. So the description says create a fully grown plant and even the most fallow of soils. This spell can be used on your home lot and on any lot basically that is in the line of your lot. So for example, if I want to use the Herbio spell, I can use it in the lines of my lot that you can see over here. Now to see it in motion, all I have to do is just click on the ground, select magic, spells, and Herbio, and it's gonna trigger a random fully grown plant on my lot. So let's see what plant are we gonna get with the spell. Okay, we have gotten the apple tree. Now, you are gonna notice that after each spell that you perform for Herbio, a different plant might be triggered. So let's see if we get something else. And we did. So we got the dead flower plant after using this spell. So it's very powerful, and that's why the master spellcaster rank is required for Herbio in order to have it unlocked. The next spell is called Homewardial, and I don't think that I really need to showcase it, because all it does, it gives your sims an ability to return to the magic realm. Now it's kind of considered a rather powerful spell, and that's why the master spellcaster rank is required in order to unlock it. You can use it by simply clicking on your sim and choosing the ability to transfer telepathy to the magic realm. The next spell is called the Rite of Ascension, and the description says bestow the gift of magic to another sim. Now there are 2 requirements in order to unlock the Rite of Ascension. The first requirement is that you have to be the Virtuoso Spellcaster rank, and the second requirement is that your sim needs to read the Sage of Practical Magic book in its entirety in order to use it. So let's actually travel somewhere else where there are no spellcasters around, so I can give the spellcaster abilities to other sims and actually turn them to the spellcaster occult right away. So let's go to Castle Valley and maybe go to the Ward Park just so you can see it in action. It gives some different visuals after you use it on different sims that are not spellcasters. So let's see it if we have any sims nearby who are, you know, regular sims mortals. Let's see. Okay. I don't see any sims around. Give me just a couple more seconds. Okay, here we go. So we have Amelia Ernest. She's actually a part of the Magical Baddies from the early access livestream that I did. So yeah, she is already a spellcaster, so we cannot really use it in action. Let's see if we have some other sims who are gonna walk by this park. Okay, so we have Dorothy Austin. She's a teen, but I do think that we are able to use this spell on her. Now let's just make a quick friendly introduction and see it in action. Okay, now let's go to magic spells. We actually don't have to go to the spells because the offer Rite of Ascension interaction is right here. Now let's see it in action and see those new visuals as Dorothy over here becomes a spellcaster. Okay. It seems to be definitely working. And just like that, Dorothy has become a spellcaster. You can use it however you want on any sim that you want, as long as they don't already have a set occult type, because we cannot have hybrids in The Sims 4, so only one occult type per sim is allowed. The next spell that I'm going to be going over is called Pareo. So the description says, fill a sim's mind with feelings of intense sadness, and the apprentice spellcaster rank is required. It isn't really that much of a powerful spell, so I don't think that the spellcaster charge is going to be building up too much after I use it. So let's try it on Raven here. Go to magic spells and Pareo, and let's see what type of an effect it's going to have on my sim. Okay, I'm pretty sure that she's gonna get a moodlet, a rather powerful moodlet, saying sudden despair, a wave of sadness washes over Raven for no apparent reason, and she has gotten the plus 10 sad moodlet lasting for 10 hours. So it's very powerful, but the good thing is the fact that Sims can't die from depression in The Sims 4, meaning that you can't really drive your Sims to death with this spell. The next spell is called Pareo, and the description says, convince two Sims to argue and fight with each other. The Acolyte spellcaster rank is required, and it falls into the Mischief school of magic. So the last few spells that we have gotten over, Pareo, Deliriate, and now Pareo, are Mischief magic that I'm going to be showcasing now. So let's try the Pareo spell in action. Let's see where Myla is. Oh, okay, Myla is at the computer. Let's try it on Myla and see if she can fight with Raven using Pareo. So magic spells Pareo. Wait, where's Pareo? Oh, Pareo is locked away because there are no Sims nearby for Myla to target. But wait, Raven is right over here. Okay, let's try to bring them closer together and try it again. Seems that Raven is going somewhere. Please don't. Please don't. Okay, let's try it. Oh, something has glitched. Okay, now that we have everyone gathered up, let's try it one more time. So magic spells and Pareo. And what's interesting about this spell is that it doesn't have to require a sim that you're targeting to know that other sim that you're trying to target using this spell. So all that matters is that those sims have to be on the same lot in the same surrounding in order to have it successfully performed. Now let's see if we are going to be able to turn these two sims against each other. Okay. Raven definitely doesn't like that. But yeah, she has been controlled to fight. Okay, and now it seems that they are about to beef up thanks to this spell. Now, it's a mischief spell once again, and it's very useful if you want to cause mayhem around the town. I personally love it. I love basically almost any spell which falls into the mischief school of magic. This next spell is called Burglariate. Now, for this spell, you are going to be needing to be on a different lot, so you cannot steal items from your own lot. That just doesn't make any sense. So in order to perform it, let's go to a different lot and try to steal something using nothing but spells. So the description for this spell is saying acquire something that doesn't belong to you. Now to test it out, let's go to Brindleton Bay now and go to the hacking household and see if we can steal something using this spell. So travel. For the Burglariate spell, in order to have it unlocked, the Addapt Spellcaster rank is required. Now let's knock on the door and see it in action. Okay, they have invited us in. Now, for example, if I want to steal this chair over here, all I have to do is just click on the ground, not click on the ground, but click on the chair, select spells, and use the Burglariate interaction. I think that these items that we have stolen are going to be moved to my household inventory immediately, but you have to be very careful with the spell. As you can see, Brand is not happy from what we've done just now, and he said that if we continue to do this, he might kick us out from his home lot. Now, I do believe that this item has been moved to the household inventory. Yup, probably the smaller items that are used for the Burglariate spell are going to be moved to your Sim's personal inventory, but the bigger ones that can be purchased from the build catalog are going to be moved into your household inventory. Now, Morpheate is one of the most interesting spells indeed that you can play with in the Sims 4 realm of magic. The description says transform a hapless sim into an inanimate object. So the spellcaster rank master is required in order to play with it, and it also falls into the mischief school of magic. Now this spell is gonna turn any sim that you target into a random object for a certain amount of time. So let's try it on Raven here. Go to spells and use the Morpheate interaction. Sims will be turned into these random objects for a couple of hours, and then they are gonna return into their normal state. So you can see over here that Raven has been turned into a bunny, and if we select her in the household, it says exist in object form. Now I'm guessing that this is gonna last for 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours, maybe 2 even. As long as she is existing in the object form, she is gonna be a bunny. Now you can use it on any sim that you want, any sim that you want to target, in the neighborhood, in the lots, basically anywhere, and it's very fun to play with. Now, Strangify. This spell says make a sim appear repulsive to everyone around them, and it has 2 requirements. Now, the first requirement is the Virtuoso Spellcaster rank, and the second requirement is that you need to read the Sage of Mischief Magic in order to have it fully unlocked and ready for your sims to use. Now, let's see if Myla is somewhere around and see if we can make her repulsive to other sims. Now, let's teleport and use it on her. So more magic spells and Strangify. What's interesting about this spell is that it's not just gonna give your sim a buff, but it's gonna change their entire look and give an entirely different skin overlay. As you can see, she has this zombie-ish look on her face and the green skin tone applied to her. This effect is gonna last for 3 hours, and it's gonna give your sim a +10 moodlet. So as long as this lasts, your sim is gonna be repulsive to all of the sims around them. And you can see that Milo over here is not too happy for the spell that we've chosen to test on her. Now we are moving on to the Untamed School of Magic, and the first spell that we are going to be going over is Inferniate. Now the description says instantly incinerate your target with the power of fire. The Apprentice Spellcaster rank is required, and basically you don't just have to use it on other sims. You can basically start a fire on your home lot if you want to. Now let's test it out on Myla, because it seems that she hasn't gotten enough of torture in terms of all of the spells that we've used on her. So Inferniate. What's interesting about Inferniate is the fact that you cannot really kill other sims and basically burn them to the point where they die. You can just, cause a fire and have them signed by the fire So you can see over here that she's gonna have that fire quickly put out. You can also use Chilio to put out that fire on the sim, but you don't really have to, because the effect is gonna only last for like 10 seconds. And yeah, it's gonna give your sim a negative moodlet because once again your sim has been burned down. So fire, exclamation point, fire, exclamation point. You can of course get rid of it in 2 different ways. Of course you can just take a shower after your sim has been burned down, or you can just use this Crowborough Spell. So let's use it and see it in action. So Crowborough. Let's see. And just like that, my sim has kind of been returned to normal. She still has the effects from the Strangify spell, but that's okay. The effects are gonna wear off real soon. The next spell is called Zip Zap. Now it says harness electrical energy and give something a jolt. So it doesn't just have to be a sim, it can also be an object. So I think that we don't really have to use it on Mila now. We can use it on an item. So for example, do we have a TV? Somewhere over here? No, but we can use it on a stove. It doesn't really matter. So magic Zip Zap. Now Zip Zap is definitely gonna break that item, and so yeah, let's see it in action. And yeah, just like you can see over here, the stove has been broken thanks to Zip Zap, and you can use that previous spell that I talked about, Pareo, to bring it back to its original state. Now, if you want to Zip Zap other sims, you can definitely do so, but it's not gonna really make that sim electrocuted to the point where they die from it. They're just gonna get electrocuted, but that's about it. They're not gonna die from that spell. Now let's try it on Mila once again. I'm sorry, Mila, but we have to test this spell out on you. So magic spells and Zip Zap. Now, of course, some of these mischievous spells are gonna have a negative influence over the relationship that you have with those sims that you are targeting. So yeah, if you don't want to ruin your okay, so it seems that the spell has also backfired to Salim over here. You have to be very careful in terms of the spellcaster charge, because these spells can be sometimes too powerful, resulting in the fact that they just backfire to your sim, and you are going to be having the same effect as the effects that you have chosen to have on your targeted sim. Now let's get rid of that spellcaster charge so we can test out some other spells. So Necro Call, it says summon the dead from their final resting place. Of course, in order to test out this spell, let's kill off Mila over here. Let's use a death cheat real quick. So cheat sim info, no, it's not over here. Let's go one. Okay, so kill. Let's make her die from Spellcaster Overload, just so you can check out that new ghost state as well. Okay, I'm really sorry, Mila, for testing out all of these spells on you, but you know, someone has to go, and someone has to be that sacrificial lamb in order to check out these spells. So sorry, Mila. Okay, let's wait for the Grim Reaper to go away. Come on, Grimmy. We need to check out Necro Call. No, the Grim... Oh my god! Is he trying to clean her up? Oh, this looks so weird. Okay, Grimmy, please hurry up. Okay, there we go. Wait! Your familiar has protected you from death. Be more careful in the near future. That doesn't like to be cheated twice. Your familiars may not be able to protect you for a while. Wait, let's get rid of the familiar and try it out again. I'm definitely gonna be keeping this in this video just because it has been an interesting learning moment in terms of what familiars can actually do for you. Have we dismissed the familiar? I think we have. Let's try it again. So familiars. Okay. Let's also get rid of Salem in its entirety, just so we can make sure that she properly dies this time around. So more choices. Kill. And death by Spellcaster Overload. Okay, so hopefully Mila dies for real this time. No more cheats, no more familiars or anything. Just, you know, good old-fashioned death in the game. There we go. So now we can finally use the Necro spell and showcase it to you guys. The description for Necro says, summon the dead from their final resting place, and the Acolyte Spellcaster rank is required in order for you to perform it and unlock it. This sim basically brings sims that have died into their ghost state, so all you have to do is click on the urn or on the gravestone, go to magic and select Necro, and immediately a sim in its ghost form will appear. Okay, so there we have it. We have Myla Within over here appearing in her ghost form. The next spell is linked to this first spell, and it's called the Deathify spell. Now, the description says restore a ghost to their original physical form, and basically it's gonna bring that sim that you have targeted into their living state. Because this spell is so powerful, the Master Spellcaster rank is required in order to unlock it. So let's test it out on Myla once again. Finally, Myla is getting those good spells now. So the Deathify spell. There we go. And let's see it in action. Oh, wait, so the spell has been backfired to Salim over here. And okay, this is really interesting because sometimes these spells don't always work like you might intend them to work. They're gonna backfire to your sims even if they have that spellcaster charge at some lower points, so you have to be very careful with these really powerful spells. Since the Deathify spell has backfired to my sim Salim over here, it doesn't really mean that he has actually died from it. He is only in the ghost state for the next 6 hours or so with the Deathify spell moodlet, as you can see over here, that is called Now Who to Call. Yes, it's true what they say, never cross the streams. So after this moodlet wears out, your sim is going to be returning to their normal state. Now let's actually just cheat our way to the normal natural sim state so we can go back and try the Deathify spell one more time. And now my sim is finally back, so let's try the Deathify spell one more time and try to find our ghost somewhere here in the household. It seems that Myla is nowhere to be seen after using this spell, so let's try to call her one more time. So yeah, she's already somewhere in the plane of existence. Maybe she's inside of an object. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's Myla. So let's try that spell one more time and see if it works out or not. Spells the Deathify spell. Okay. Myla, please come back from the dead. We need you so we can test further some of these other spells. Okay. And just like that, she has been returned to her natural sim state. Finally, you can see that this spell sometimes does work, sometimes it doesn't. It all depends on your sim's overcharge state, and it also depends basically on your luck. So higher level spells sometimes have a higher chance of, or a lower chance of success, so that all depends. The next spell that I'm going to be showcasing on Myla, now that she's back, we can finally start with showcasing spells on her again. So the Citroen spell. The description says, create a blast of cold air that freezes anyone it touches. The Acolyte Spellcaster rank is required for it, and it doesn't mean that it just works for sims. So the Citroen spell can also be used to put out fires that have been caused. So let's test it out on Myla and freeze her with this spell. So spells Citroen. It can also be used, like I mentioned a bit before, for sims who are burning. You can put them out. So you can prevent basically them from dying from fire if you want to, using the Citroen spell. And now she is completely frozen. Let's actually go over here and see what this state is gonna last for. So cold, can't move. So let's put her out and end her misery using the Inferniate spell. Okay, and she has been tawn out. The effects are still gonna last on her for a couple of more hours. You can see the Citroen spell still has a bit of an effect, and it's gonna last for 4 hours now that she has been tawn out. The next spell, Minion Eyes. Control another's sim's mind and bend them to your will. The Addapt Spellcaster rank is required for the Minion Eyes spell, and let's test it out on Myla again and see it in action. So spells, Minion Eyes. case, this spell is rather useful for Sims who are not a part of your household, because you are basically able to control and command that Sim however you want and order them to do any things that you want. But of course, Myla is our minion over here. The Minion Eyes spell, the effects of it are gonna last for 8 hours, and basically during that time we can do with that Sim that we've targeted whatever we want. So let me just lower down the Spellcaster charge quickly so we have higher chances of succeeding with these spells. There are 3 interactions that you are able to do, 3 commands. So you're able to command that Sim to clean something up, to go to sleep, or to make food. You can also tell them to just snap out of it and they're going to be back to their normal, original, undazed state if you want them to be brought back to normal. Now that I ordered Myla to clean things out, she's going to be cleaning everything around this lot until she's done, or until the effects of the spell wear out. So let's just make her snap out of it, because she's had enough with the Minion Eyes spell. I think that she doesn't deserve to clean up the entire home by herself. So with a simple slap, she has been snapped out of it, and now she has her own free will. Now the Cursify spell. This is a rather useful spell for all of those Sims who have been accidentally cursed after using some of these spells, or after crafting some of the bad potions on the cauldron over here. So to test it out, let's give my Sim a curse using a cheat. So Spellcaster cheats give curse, curse of infectious laughter. Okay, why not? You can see that it has been applied over here, and to wear it off, to get rid of it, all I have to do is just click on my Sim spells and the Cursify spell, and hopefully it's gonna have a successful impact after my Sim is done with laughing. Okay. And you can just select which curse you want to get rid of. Of course, you can get rid of multiple curses, but it's gonna take you a while if you have 3 curses on your Sims. Just be aware of that Spellcaster charge, because using the Cursify spell way too much can have bad impact on that charge. Now, I've already shown off the Deathify spell, and the last spell that I'm gonna be showcasing is the Duplicato spell. So, create a perfect replica of yourself for a time. So the Virtuoso Spellcaster rank is required for it, and the another requirement is that you need to read the Sage of Untamed Magic in order to have it unlocked. So all you have to do is just click on your Sim, go to Magic and Spells, and select Duplicato. After you use it, the exact replica of your own Sim is gonna be made, and basically it's kinda similar to the Minion Eyes spell, because you have somewhat the same interaction. So you are able to command that Sims to clean up, command to cook, and command to fight. But as you can see over here, the spell hasn't been entirely successful because we have accidentally created an evil clone. So we are unable to command that evil clone, and that evil clone has a mind of its own. So let's test it out. Okay, so the evil clone wants to get back at my Sim for using this spell, it seems. And yeah, evil clones can be somewhat tough to get rid of. Yeah, they despise each other, Caden and Salem. So the clones that you trigger, the clones that you spawn using the Duplicato spell, will have an entirely different first name. And yeah, to get rid of these clones that you have created, you need to wait for a couple of Sim hours in order for them to go away. Now, you can also form relationships with them. They are gonna appear in your relationship panel. To completely get rid of this Sim, I'm kinda gonna have to remove the Sim from the family and try and use the Duplicato spell one more time. So let's see if we can do that, actually. Nope, creating clones too fast is dangerous. You will have to wait to cast Duplicato again. Now, I don't really have to cast another duplicate of my Sim, because basically you can see all of the interactions that you are able to do, but we are unable to do so because this is an evil clone after all. So yeah, the effects of the clone that you have created are gonna last for just a couple of hours until they go back inside of your Sim sim, and you know, after that you are gonna get rid of that clone that you have created. Now moving on, we are moving into the potions section. I'm gonna be checking out all of the different potions that you can play with, and I'm gonna be playing with Raven in order to check it out. Let's see. Okay, so the good thing is that she doesn't have a single potion in her inventory, so let's just give her all of the potions using the cheats that we have over here. So it's called the the learn all potions basically. And just like that, we have all of the potions that we need in order to test them out. So the first potion that I want to showcase is called the Potion of Good Fortune. Now, I'm going over the list that I have on the right side on my screen. So it's going to take me a while to find all of these. So Potion of Good Fortune. A potion to find helpful items while doing everyday activities. So the ingredients are turquoise and the Valerian root, and the apprentice spellcaster rank is required in order to have it unlocked. So the Potion of Good Fortune is gonna give your Sims the ability to find random simoleons whenever they are sitting somewhere on the surface, and it's rather similar to the Pixies lot traits that we've gotten with the Sims 4 City Living expansion pack. So whenever they sit on the surface, whenever they do some sorts of interactions, they're gonna find a couple of simoleons along the way, which is very neat. The effects of this spell are gonna last for 12 hours as long as this buff is active. So yeah, you can keep track of all of your potions that you have selected and the needs over here that your Sims have actually taken. The next spell is called Potion of Plentiful Needs. It's a rather simple one, and it requires the apprentice spellcaster rank in order to, you know, unlock it and craft it up. The Potion of Plentiful Needs, well, everything is kind of explained within the name of this potion itself. So after you drink it up, the needs panel is gonna be leveled up in its entirety. So the good thing is, or the bad thing is, that the spellcaster charge is not gonna be affected, but all of the other needs are gonna be affected and filled up. The next potion, the Potion of Nausea, is kind of like a potion that you want to use towards other Sims and not your own Sim, but I'm going to be testing it out on Myla, of course. So it says a potion to annoy an enemy and turn their stomach around. So Potion of Nausea, you can just click on it, or maybe even click on other Sims and select the option to give it to them. So Magic, give potion, the Potion of Nausea. Let me just try. Okay, so here we go. Afterward, the Sim that you have targeted is immediately gonna drink it up and, well, feel uneasy after they do so. So yeah, they're gonna get an uncomfortable moodlet that's gonna last for 50 or so minutes, and during that time they're just gonna be throwing up all around themselves. So yeah, if you don't want to have any bad effects on your own Sims, just make sure that you're giving it to other Sims instead. The next potion is called the Potion of the Nimble Mind, and the description says a potion that will increase the speed your Sims gain skills. So this potion will increase the speed of the skills that you are progressing through, and it's a rather handy one. So let's just try to find it over here, the Potion of the Nimble Mind. There are way too many potions already. The Transcendent Charmer, Perk Purging, Magical Aura, the Nimble Mind, there we go. So the Nimble Mind requires the Parsley and the Spotted Frog in order to craft it up, and after you drink it up, you're gonna notice that your Sim skills are gonna be progressed much faster. So if we practice acting, you're gonna notice that the bar over here has been highlighted just because we have used this potion. So the effects of the Nimble Mind potion are gonna last for only 4 hours. So make sure you make it count during that time and progress through any skill that you want during that time. So the next potion, the Potion of Magical Aura, the description says a potion that will display a Sim's magical aura. It's a very simple one, and it requires the apprentice spellcaster rank. So the ingredients are the emerald and the goldfish, and basically it just gives an overview of your Sim's magical aura. So let's drink it up and see it in action. Okay. Now, after you use it, you're gonna notice that their aura is gonna be displayed, and basically, I think that it has something to do with the Spellcaster charge. So the aura is gonna reflect their current Spellcaster charge meter, and the effects of it. Wow, we've already used so many potions over here. So an aura of magic courses through Raven's veins. It's also gonna give your sim the +2 happy moodlet, and it's gonna last for 4 hours, I believe so. Yeah, so 4 hours. The next potion, the potion of Alluring Aura, is a rather powerful one. It requires the Neophyte Spellcaster rank, and the description says a potion that makes those around the drinker more receptive to romantic conversation. So it can be found somewhere over here. So the potion of Alluring Aura, let's drink it up and see if anyone's gonna want to have a romantic conversation with my sim. So you can also see that the effects have been displayed over here. The potion is gonna last for 4 hours, and Raven has released pheromones out into the world that Sims cannot resist. So the ingredients for this one are the spotted heart frog, cherry, and the valerian root. So I don't think that my house is the perfect example for this potion, especially because, well, they are all a part of my household. The best way to test it out is to go into public cloud and see if anyone's gonna notice my sim Raven now that we've used this potion. Now let's go somewhere public, maybe somewhere in Brindleton Bay. The Club Calico is a nice area to find and spot other sims, especially after using this potion up. So let's see if somebody is gonna wanna strike up a conversation after we've used up this potion. Now let's go and wait for some sims to appear. I'm not seeing anyone just yet. Okay, maybe the bar is the perfect example. So the bar is just the perfect example to strike up a conversation and meet up other sims. After you use this potion up, what's interesting about it is that all of the romance interactions that you are gonna perform towards other sims are gonna be successful. So yeah, sims won't refuse you even if you are at the beginner's level of friendship, and you are gonna be able to level up through romance much faster after you do so. The potion of emotional stability. The description says a potion to remove unnecessary emotional baggage. With this potion, I'm pretty sure that it's just gonna be removing bad and negative moodlets, such as, you know, uncomfortable, sad, angry, dazed even, and it's very useful for sims who have found themselves in rather tricky situations. So we have does anyone here have bad moodlets? Okay, so for example, Myla has an uncomfortable moodlet because of the trash surrounding her, and let's try to find it over here. So emotional stability is marked with which color actually? Maybe green? No. Okay, here we go with blue. A potion to remove unnecessary baggage. Let's give it to Myla and test it out. So okay, the camera is a bit tricky. Let's select her and drink it up. So the ingredients for emotional stability are obtainium and a potato, and the neophyte spellcaster rank is required. Now, after you drink up this potion, you're only gonna have one strong moodlet called Clear-Minded. It's a +4 happy moodlet that lasts for 4 hours. And during that time, your sim is gonna reflect all of the bad emotions, and they won't apply any bad emotions unless they are, of course, the environmental ones, such as unpleasant surroundings. The potion of perk purging. So this is a very simple potion and can be purchased in the magic realm. So let's see if we have it here in the inventory or not. If we don't, you can just purchase it in the magic realm. So yeah, to get it, I'm gonna have to go to the magic realm and purchase it by myself. So the potion can be purchased here where some of the vendors are working. So buy potion ingredients. You can't just buy potion ingredients. You can also buy a potion itself. So the potion of perk purging. What's useful about it is that if you have selected any of the perks over here, you are going to be rid of all of the perks and get your perk points back. So after you drink it up, all of the perks are going to be purged away. Okay, and then you're gonna get your talent points back, and you are able to just, you know, go through the entire spellcaster perks once again. The next potion is a rather interesting one, and it's called the Potion of Forced Friendship. So the description says, a potion that unlocks the power of a friendly conversation. The ingredients are baconite, potato, and salmon, and the Acolyte spellcaster rank is required in order to unlock it. So let's try to find it over here. Forced Friendship. Okay, there we go. It's the green one, and basically it's very similar to the romantic potion that I've shown off just a couple of minutes ago. And with it, all of the interactions, all the friendly interactions that you perform with other sims are going to be successful. So progressing through the friendship bar over here is going to be much easier with this potion. And even if you have beef with a specific sim, it doesn't really matter, because all of the interactions that you choose and perform are going to be successful. So making friendships with this potion is going to be much easier after you intake it, and any crazy suggestions, any crazy friendly interactions are going to be accepted from that sim. You can see over here that the potion is going to last for 4 hours, and it's going to give your sim a +1 confident moodlet. Now the next potion, the Potion of Masterful Insults. The description says, a potion that unlocks that power of animosity. So the ingredients are fire opal, the dragon fruit, and furium, and let's see what happens after we intake it. So okay, Masterful Insults, there we go. After you intake this potion, so I suggest that you give this potion to other sims and not have your own sim take it, because during the 4 hours after you intake this potion, you're going to be getting insults from all of the sims around you. So sims are going to want to have to insult you in the worst ways possible, and you may just want to avoid any sims around you whatsoever. So yeah, let's just go back home that we've taken that potion, just so we can avoid any bad drama in the game. So the next potion, the Potion of Rejuvenation, says, a potion to allow a sim to remain at their current age. So the Addapt spellcaster rank is required, and the ingredients are the valerian root, alabaster, and the lemon. A potion to allow a sim to remain at their current age. After you intake this potion, your sim is gonna freeze their age forever. So they're gonna stay at the current age that they're in, and yeah, they're not gonna age up ever again after you take it. So be very aware of this potion and of its effects, and what it actually does, and if you are even ready to be locked in that current day and age that your sim is currently in. So the next potion, called the Potion of Curse Cleansing, is very useful. So the description says, a potion to remove all curses from a sim. The ingredients are apple, Citroen, Angelfish, and Mandrake, and the Addapt spellcaster rank is required in order to take it and to craft it up. Not to take it, just to craft it up. So curse cleansing, it's very useful for sims who have up to 3 curses even. So after you drink it, all the curses that you might have, so for example, the curse of awkward embraces, you're gonna get rid of it right away after you take the potion. So, and there we go, the curse has been successfully lifted from my sim, and she no longer has it. The next potion, called the Potion of Immortality, says, a potion to prevent death from old age. So the ingredients are mandrake, sage, and morcubus, and the master spellcaster rank is required in order for your sim to craft it up. Now, after you take this potion, your sim will never die of old age. They will have the ability to age up and everything, but they will never have that death of old age, meaning that they are practically immortal. But ghastly consequences have greeted my sim, so the pursuit of immortality is full of failures and accidents. Luckily, it looks like this will pass in a while. Try to enjoy your phantasmal existence while you can. So my sim is now a ghost, and the effects of this potion are gonna last for 24 hours. It seems that this potion wasn't a good one. So, or maybe even because we have the potion of rejuvenation, we are unable to have 2 potions that affect my sim's age at the same time, which led to the fact that my sim is now a ghost and the effects are gonna last for 24 hours. Now, I'm just gonna quickly get rid of all of these effects by once again using the MC Commander cheats. So, cheat sim info and remove a moodlet. So, the ghastly consequences. There we go. The next potion, now that my sim is finally back to its normal sim state, is called the Potion of Transcendent Charmer. A potion to unlock the power of a romantic conversation. Now, the Master Spellcaster rank is required, and yeah, the ingredients are Ruby, Kissing, Gurami, and Rose. So let's try to find it over here. So the Transcendent Charmer, the power of romantic conversation. So what's interesting about this potion is the fact after you take it, you're going to be able to level up the romantic relationship with the sim that you've chosen almost right away. So with the effects of this potion, you are able to use the power of the Transcendent Charmer and immediately get that romantic meter all the way up. Just as you can see, after using this interaction, the romantic relationship status has been completely filled up. And now the last potion that I want to showcase for this video, and that there actually is in the game, is the potion of Prompt Resurrection. A sim that drinks this potion will revive immediately if they die. Now, the ingredients are Death Metal, Death Flower, and Zombie Carl, and the Spellcaster rank is the Master rank, which is required in order to craft it up, but I've already shown it off during this video. So yeah, what it does is that it will revive a sim immediately if they have died, and it's useful for those sims who are in a ghost state. So you can only use it for sims who have fully died and have turned themselves into ghosts. So you can also use the potion's interaction when selecting other sims in order to give it to them and to drink it up immediately if they want to. So guys, that's about it when it comes to all of the new potions and all of the new spells that come with the Sims 4 Realm of Magic. If you've enjoyed this full overview video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, and yeah, let me guys know what you think about all of the new potions and spells that we get with this pack, and what are some of your favorite ones. For all of the latest news and updates on the Sims franchise, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and yeah, once again, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!